someone on the dating app said,
Which app are you on?
Hinge.
Hinge!
He said, are you a Cancer? I go, no, I don't have cancer.
My wife was
Pretty
a
healthy,
Cancer.
actually. And then he never responded.
Oh, God. That's such a horrible reply.
I just wanted him to
I
go
would
away,
report
honestly.
you to Hinge if I got that one. Can I see some of your Hinge messages? If I still had it, I would show you mine. We're rolling?
Yeah. Actually, I'll show you.
We're rolling.
The one was really funny that I just
We're
did.
starting this off with Tori's Hinge messages today. Okay.
This is my response.
Now, what I like about Hinge is it has prompts, right? So you can actually just jump in, as opposed to like Tinder, which is just like swiping on chlamydia, right? Hinge has a app
Tinder
here.
is chlamydia wasteland.
Okay.
It's hot
Oh
in
my
here.
God, Tori.
You like that?
This is why you're involuntarily celibate. My simple pleasures: sarcasm, shrimp fried rice, and traveling anywhere.
That's what he said.
He said that, and you wrote back riveting, and he said, LOL, appreciate the boost of confidence. I was being sarcastic. Did it work? And he has not responded, so I'm guessing it didn't. His first name in the journal today is Torey.
That's funny, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense
Here's
that
the
this
other
is what
one.
you have going on. Okay. He liked the photo of you doing stand-up, which is cool. I like that Hinge says most compatible, Tori and John. I wasn't going to say his name, but Tori and
Whatever.
John,
Doesn't
we
have a
think...
last name.
he
John
doesn't.
Doe.
His name is John, comma. It says, you two are compatible. We think you should meet. He liked your photo of you doing stand-up. It's a good photo. And you have it on Hinge?
Yeah.
And he liked your photo, and then Hinge told you to start the chat with John, and you said, no. And so John not only liked the photo and then sent a message saying, hey, Tori, you said, now this is great. I have to write this down. You said, hey, John. Wow.
I just did what he did.
Sparks are
You are supposed to mirror what the other person does.
Is that in one of your effortless books?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is it?
No,
Effortlessly not
they
getting
say
fucked.
Whatever. Anyways, I'm not going to
You
give
seem
more than I
like
get.
funny, outgoing type. Cancer, maybe? I don't have cancer, no. Pretty healthy overall. I mean, that is really funny. That's objectively funny. But if I was on the other end of this, I would be pissed. Not only did he like your photo and start the chat with the coldest fish in the sea, this fish also is dry as a turkey sandwich. And he's sitting all day
sweating.
writing
It's hot in
messages.
here.
It's
the hot
it's
seat.
the
It's
cancer.
hot. I'm like literally using this to cool down. I don't know if it's the room or this.
Oh my God, this is great. I'm
right.
sorry for shaming it. Oh
It
man.
doesn't get
Well,
really any better.
no, I want to see as many of those as you would want to show me. I would
Yeah.
re-download Hinge and show you what my messages looked like if you wanted to see
You want to
them.
look at my profile and rate it?
Yeah, if you want to be that vulnerable.
I'm vulnerable.
Were you planning on doing this today, or were we just jumping
No,
right into
we're
it?
just
That's why I
jumping right
like.
in. Should
That's
we-
how we operate,
should
dog.
we
I
do a
zig,
better
you
intro?
zag. Oh yeah, you look up
Yeah.
your messages. I'm gonna
Well, I
announce
just
the
have
road
my
dates.
profile that I was going to have you roast.
Oh, okay.
But
All
you
right.
do the road
Make
dates,
sure,
then we'll get into
yeah, and then we'll screen record your profile, and then we'll go down, and you
God.
send it to me,
Okay.
and then when we put it on YouTube, it'll be good for clips.
That's funny.
Clips are what's gonna get us
Sure.
out of this room. Shout out Rick, I love you, Rick.
I love this room. It's just a
we
little
don't want to
warm.
leave you, Rick. I love it. It's
Is there
so
an
warm here.
AC?
This is much more
You hot?
a temperature for humans as opposed to Tori's apartment, which is where cold lizards go to die. This is nice. We have a warm black background. I'm week 2 wearing all black because that's my aesthetic now. Although my manager told me I can't wear all black to
That's why you got the
auditions
graphic on
anymore.
there.
Yeah, but I can't wear this to an audition either. Well, if I'm doing an audition where I'm playing a kid with cancer and I have a Mandalorian hoodie. Welcome to Bonding. Before we get started, let me give you some road dates. Tori and I just had a great show in Connecticut last night, Stamford, Connecticut, New York Comedy Club. Shout out to
Great
Bo
club.
McDowell. Thank you
Great
to
club.
everybody that came.
Yeah.
Usually when I go to Connecticut, there's so many people that I know. And I'm like, all right, I got to do the material. I didn't really know anybody there last night. And there were so many people that messaged me after the show that I didn't
Aw.
even know came. Like people from high school, like who I would have loved to have seen, but they left right after the show because I'm such an intimidating star. But thank you to everybody that came out in Stanford. Shout out to my mom, my cousin Stephanie, Bo McDowell again, Cody Marino. I'm really happy to know those guys. They're really building out a really cool comedy scene in Connecticut that didn't exist when I was coming up.
Honestly.
I mean, Stanford, New York Comedy Club, beautiful. Probably one of the
Stunning.
most beautiful clubs I've ever been
Best
to.
green room I've
Incredible
ever been
green room. They had Mario Kart and liquor and
yeah.
Twizzlers. What more does a boy
in. They
need?
had a bottle of Vouv. If I was drinking, I'd been like, so this is
bottle of what?
for me. It's a bottle of Vouv champagne. It's nice champagne.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
They were super cool.
so cool.
The whole club. I feel like I maybe drank more than I should have after the show, and I don't remember really leaving, but I don't feel like anything really happened.
No, I walked you to the car. I held your
Well,
hand the
I
whole
wasn't,
way
like,
so you got there.
I
And
wasn't
then
like
I,
that bad.
Gave you your Cheerios.
Yes.
And we got home safe.
Yes.
I buckled you into your car seat.
Shout out to the Wiggles. But anyway, road dates coming up. I'm going to be with Torey at Helium Comedy Club on April 21st in Philly.
March 21st.
March 21st. Thank you so much. March 21st, Helium Comedy Club with Torey. And Magooby's Comedy Club in Maryland. What's the name of that? Timonium.
Yeah. It's essentially
Maryland.
Baltimore, but Timonium.
Baltimore. Way down in a hole. Watch out, Mr. Omar coming. The 30th. Get your tickets to there at TroyBondLive.com. Tori's also going to be coming to San Diego with me at Mic Drop Comedy on April 4th. Grab your tickets now. There is a low ticket warning for that one. We're at like 85%, I think.
Wow.
And I'd hate anybody to not be able to get out there because there's people we had to turn away to our show in Rhode Island that is tomorrow. But when you hear this, it'll have been Thursday. So we're going to be in San Diego April 4th. I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona, April 6th. Kansas City, Missouri on April 19th. Then I'm going to be in St. Louis, Missouri on April 20th. So if you're in Kansas City or if you're in St. Louis and you don't want to travel to either one of those, I'm going to both. I'm doing both. I'm doing Kansas City and I'm doing St. Louis. Now I can see myself. I've always wondered what I would look like if I were a real boy. I got Trucker Carlson on. We're good to go.
I got the plaid on. You got the hat.
I look funny.
We look a little.
We look funny.
A little bit like what just rolled out of the trailer.
I am quirky. She is crispy. The guy that wear quirky and crispy. I have to get through these road dates.
Yes.
It's my fault. I'm yelling at myself, but I'm really directing it toward you. It's my fault.
I'll be the punching bag.
No, you're not. You are my whatever the opposite of a punching bag. That's what you are to me. May 9th and 10th, Zany's Chicago. Low ticket warning on both of those as well. August 21st, Salt Lake City, Utah. May 21st, Salt Lake City, Utah. June 28th, Tacoma, Washington. Hey, look at that.
When is that?
The 28th
Of May?
of June.
June.
Can
I come?
In May, it's gonna be May. It's gonna
come?
be Chicago, Salt Lake City in May. Tacoma, Washington, June 28th. And if
I'm writing that down.
yeah, go ahead, write it down.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, put it on your vision board. I don't give a fuck. Tacoma, Washington. That's new. That's exciting. I'm going to announce that one this week on my Instagram. By the time you hear this, you'll probably have seen it. But I'm very excited about that one. Everyone's been asking me to come out to Seattle, so I did the next best thing.
I want to go.
And went to Tacoma. I don't really have a choice on where I go. They just tell me where to go, and I say, yes, I will go there. Portland, Oregon. I will be there on June 20. What, you writing that one down too?
I'm just...
June 29th. I'm going to be in Portland, Oregon. August 8th. This is for the Southern boys, okay? Listen up. Arthur, listen up. We got a bunch of Southern dates here. Sure, John, sure. What do we got? We got August 2nd. I'm going to be in Zany's in Nashville.
All right. I'm coming to that.
Right. Look at this. I'm loving it. You are a great agent for yourself. Yes, I'm coming to that one. Add to cart. Zany's, I'm going to be in Nashville August 2nd. I'm going to be in Atlanta August 3rd at City Winery. And then I'm doing the whole weekend of shows August 4th through whatever the end of that weekend is in Austin, Texas.
I know that you're going alone.
So if you're listening to this, you'll know what shows you want to come to. The ones Torey is or is not in. Tickets available for all that on my new website, troybondlive.com. I hope to see you there soon. Those are just the road dates I wanted to plug. Welcome back to bonding. Now let's look at that dating profile of yours.
Yes. Okay, you can just rip into it.
Okay, I will. Make sure you're screen recording, though,
I
because I
want you
want
to
to get
know
the video of it.
also that
Thank you for showing this to me. I know this is a very vulnerable thing to do.
it is, especially because I
Any guy
haven't
would be
gone
lucky
on
to
one
have you.
date. So
You have not?
there's no proof that this has worked. So I am very vulnerable about it. But
No, Hinge works.
I don't really try. Okay, I want you to know that I'm not trying.
You're not one of those girls.
I'm not trying.
I know. Oh, that much was
So-
clear when I saw the evidence that said, "Hi, John." That is not somebody who I would mistake for
So just
trying.
judge this based off of me not giving a fuck.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a little screen recordino here.
Alright.
So
That's the red button.
yeah. It's okay. So off the bat, I love
Oh,
this picture.
that's so
This is a
kind.
great picture
I
of
wasn't
you.
expecting you to be nice.
You look like you have to pee. It's great. This question should be like, ask me about my UTI. That's what the prompt should be with this picture. I love it. It's great. And then it goes right into the just core of you, which I love. It's my love language, food. It's great. This is such an honest profile already. I love it. It's still on the basic scale. I would still rate it relatively. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We might be able to get this bad boy all the way up to a Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Let's keep scrolling. Age 30, cupcake. Well, I guess the cupcake they put there. You don't do that.
I didn't.
5'7". You're 5'7"?
Yeah. What do you think I was?
I don't know. I'm really bad at guessing height from up here. Lower East Side is where you live. That's where we live. Not together, but we do live close to each other.
Separately.
Now, court ordered. You went to CU Boulder.
Yeah.
What is CU stand for? Colorado University?
Colorado. Yeah.
University of Colorado. And when did you get a degree in there?
What degree did I get?
Yeah.
Advertising.
Advertising.
Yeah.
That's right. Don Draper. Cigarettes. You had to be there. That's a picture of you laughing at your own joke?
Yeah.
You do had to be there, I guess, because I don't see how that could be happening. Your submission to National Geographic. This is good. Is
Thank
that a
you.
prompt that they give you?
Yeah, they gave
Oh,
me that.
okay. Good,
I'm
good.
not that off the cuff with that one.
Well, you gotta give yourself a little credit here. Half of getting laid is confidence.
That's true.
Yeah, like look at Tyga is dating Avril Lavigne, and he
Tyga?
Tyga, you know Tyga, Rack
dating
City
Melissa?
bitch, Rack City bitch.
Melissa landed Tyga?
I thought it was Michelle. Maybe it's Melissa.
I think it's Melissa.
There's like a whole thing going on with that. Like someone explained the tree of like they're way more connected than you think. Like Brody Jenner is Kylie Jenner's half brother. Tyga dated Kylie Jenner. Brody Jenner has another brother who has a record label, and Avril signed to that label. So there's like, I don't know, there's
Weird.
something going on with that family.
They're probably in the Illuminati.
This submission of you in the National Geographic is good.
Thank
I like
you.
it. I like this. I miss this Jeep. Your legs almost kind of blend in with the Jeep here.
Yeah. I
And
was pretty tan then.
You were. This was during COVID?
Yeah.
Nice. Not a soul in sight. Well, I guess whoever was taking the
that's when I was
picture.
driving from Denver to California.
Right.
It was a
And where
really
was
cool
this?
park.
This looks like where
Zion.
Roadrunner always falls
There was
for
nothing
Wile E.
for
Coyote
miles.
traps.
It was a really cool spot.
Typical Sunday, spiraling. I like that. That's very honest right there. That's a good Sunday way to spend Sunday, because that's where Sunday scaries come from, right?
Yeah.
I do that every day of the week, so it's just everyday panic. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. You in the wild. 2 pictures of you doing stand-up now.
Well, I feel like it's pretty much part of my life, so I'd like to get that point across.
Yeah, no, when I was on
Not
Hinge,
you know.
that's what I did all the time too. And I told you about the shout out to Olivia Tedesco, who we did not match on Hinge, but she said because she saw all my stand-up clips and was like, wow, this guy really loves himself. I don't want anything to do with him
That's fine.
on a dating level, but she comes to shows all the time. She came to my show at City Winery. She's great. Shout out Olivia. I love you, Olivia.
Selfish.
Yeah, it's like when my agency.
Who sings that? Self-love ain't
I think that's 50 Cent.
I think it's Drake.
He's like, you can find me in the club, giving self-love. I got bottles of bub.
Is that
I'm
it?
into having sex. I ain't into
I think
making
it's
love
Drake lyric.
with myself.
I'm trying to remember that.
Something with
Good to be love
self-love.
yourself.
Self-love is so lame. Oh, it's funny you use this picture. I'm going to cut this part out. I'm not going to
Do
show.
you think?
I mean, no, it's funny.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I looked decent. My face looks pretty decent in that one.
I mean, in comparison.
Wow.
I'm not going to show them who I'm talking about, but it's somebody we know. She's probably listening to this. Simple
my
pleasures,
God.
sweatpants and coffee. That's a good pleasure.
I tried to be real for one thing.
You are very well. This all is very real.
Thank you.
I feel like that sounds like a Prince song. Sweatpants and coffee. Oh wait, I think that actually is a
Really?
Prince song. Starfish and coffee.
Oh.
Yeah. You had to be there. Your sister's wedding, or it could just be you doing 5 minutes again. You really don't know by looking at this
It's
picture.
true.
She's like, "Oh, so how did you two meet?"
Got some notes.
Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, I like this profile.
Thank
You did a good job.
Thank you.
You don't have any videos on here? I guess that's
No
not like
videos.
real.
That
like
seems a little
people
too try
don't-
hard.
Yeah, I would post videos just so women would know I'm not a creep. Because I wanted to. I'm just gonna airdrop this to myself so I don't forget about it. Yeah, I would post videos, and also like, I would never deprive them of my charm that just comes through the profile. Airdrop. There we go. Oh, that's a nice picture of us down in Florida too. We got some good pictures
I
together.
love that.
That's a great photo.
I had
Joey sent me some ones of us where it looked like we were planning a mob hit, like
Yeah.
a takedown of like 10 families at once. But that's a good profile. Listen,
Thanks.
it's so hard to
Wow,
date.
that was way nicer than I thought you were gonna.
No,
be.
it's not.
It
It was
wasn't
nice.
even
I
funny. The
can't-
UTI bit was the best part about that whole thing.
Wow, I'm gonna be a
Ask me
raging
about my
bitch the rest of this
Sorry,
podcast
sorry.
now. That's what I get for being genuine. It's hard to date online. There's also like I feel like there's an argument people make that dating apps ruin the thing that's beautiful, which is finding somebody who you have a soul connection with. But I don't think that's true. I think that the languages change over time, and now we're in a very digital era, and people meet each other online that way. And you might as well find someone online. And also, like, if I were a woman, I would not go on a date with a dude. I just,
I haven't. I agree.
But are you not going on a date with him because you're worried, or because there's no good ones, or because?
Yeah, for me, it's like
What's a good man for you? Can you break that down for
a
me?
good man.
Yeah, break down your ideal
My
man. I
ideal
want to
man?
know.
Oh God.
And you can use as much inspiration as you want to
So 6'4",
from me or Rick.
Preferably half black.
Mm-hmm.
Really funny.
I know you're joking, but those are all really good qualities, I think.
No, I am joking, but I'm also like I hate that I'm not like
I mean, it works.
Tall is nice.
Yeah.
I obviously
Could you date someone shorter than you?
not. Okay, I don't want to sound shallow, but
As 5'7", what's your cutoff?
preferably my height and up.
Okay.
And if you're gonna be my height, you gotta be a little stocky, so I don't feel like a ogre.
Stocky is in like, built?
Muscular, yeah.
You want someone who's really fit, or do you like a little like in between? Is physicality important to you?
We'll have to be like, sexually attracted to them,
Right.
in some capacity.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
I'd like them to be attractive.
Right.
I think what comes to mind, I mean, if I always have said this, I don't know if I've said this to you before, but whoever I'm with, I have to be able to be sitting across from them in a rocking chair when we're like old and decrepit and like in tears laughing. That's what I want at the end of all of it.
Right.
So they have to be very funny, quick-witted, and smart and caring for that to happen.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You think he's going to be that funny when he's 80?
Yeah, he's going to have to be.
What if he has dementia? It's like, what's the deal with these snakes in the wall? Oh, me and my wife said we're only gonna smoke after 6. We've had the same pack since 1975. She's up to 3 packs a day.
At
That's
that
his
age,
last breath.
yeah.
I told you my grandfather cherry jokes, right?
Yes,
That was
you
always
told me that
great.
last night.
Yeah. But I get that. I understand that.
So yeah, ideal guy. Not to answer your question, someone that's I can that I'm interested in, that can grow with.
Someone
that,
whose diaper you won't
has
mind
a
the
deep
smell
mind.
of.
That's like a maze of things. You can just keep finding new things that keeps it interesting, and that you just love them so much.
That's
them.
interesting.
Yeah.
Being attracted to the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, everything else just, like, falls to shit. So.
Well, the mind is usually the first to go.
Well, I'm talking like when you're in your 50s, you're like whatever looking. I'd like to think I can keep it together for as long as possible, but
yeah,
it's
I think when it comes to like what kind of old dude I'm gonna be, am I gonna be like a Biden or a Trump? I think I'm gonna be a total Trump.
I can see that.
That's 100% what I'm gonna be. I hope so. I mean, like, not like I don't want to be that guy. I want to be like that version, but like liberal or progressive.
I think you could be that. Just say crazy shit.
Yeah. I just want to be like,
believe
we
it.
need to abolish all the police. They're bad. They're pigs. They're aggressive with what they're doing with some of these people. I look at them and I say, there's no need for that.
I want Trump to tweet at you.
I
that be
don't
your new
think we're that
goal?
far. I would love to.
Yeah,
I
I
would
think
love
that needs to happen.
meet him.
Honestly, your impression is so good. I've seen a lot of Trump impressions. In
I'm just doing the
it's
Joker.
So good.
Trump for me to do the Trump impression, it starts right here. Where you want to know? You want to know how I got these scars? I'll tell you I got these scars. I had a father, a dad. You have a mom, you have a dad, right? That's what I had right here. And Daddy liked to drink. He liked to have a lot of drinks. He would have 1, 2, sometimes 4, 5,
Trump
6.
talking and then you talking?
That'll just make me upset with
I
myself.
think it's pretty good.
It's just I just like that when he's right here. That's when this is because he
a
has the
clip.
big things where he
Do a
makes
clip.
his statement. Then he gets it right here. I like it when he's right here and you're right here. He's beautiful. I love him to death. Great guy. Not so good. Not so good.
I recently responded to a YouTube comment that said Torey talks over everyone,
I talk over everyone.
and I just go, thank you. But I feel like now I'm in my head. I'm like, let him talk. Let him talk.
I know there are times where I'm editing
Who the fuck said that?
and I'm like, that was almost a clip. No, sorry, I was just trying to make it.
And I ruined it? Did I fucking ruin it? I get it. I get that enough.
Not yet, not on this episode.
I want to find that comment.
I'm coming up on your YouTube page. I feel so
I
bad
look
for
up
people that's
bonding all the
happening.
time.
I know, but that was a video of me.
It wasn't from Bonnie. It was just
No,
you.
that was me. That was yesterday's stand-up.
Oh no, it was on the Usama episode.
Oh, good.
I'm just gonna
We're
find it
watching
really
our.
quick.
All right, let's see what you've got on the notebook today.
Okay.
What do you know about Rhode Island? I know that's where Family Guy takes place. Hi, Lois.
Yeah.
That's all I could do. Oh yes, the fat
didn't know
man.
that.
Yeah, Quahog, Rhode Island. Favorite thing about car rides together?
Oh, this is what it says. Sandy.
Not the music.
I won't say her last name.
She lives at
commented,
342 Evergreen Terrace.
Torey interrupts the flow of the podcast. Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you,
I don't know. What do you want me
Sandy.
to say to that? You want me to go slap this woman in the
Anyways.
teeth? Not going to talk about my
I just
Torey
want to make
Cole
sure
like
this is
that.
flowing.
It's flowing. It's flowing. That's great. I love doing this. I've always wanted, ever since I was
It's
a
like
kid, I would watch David Letterman do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight's top 10. Today's topic, top 10 questions Torey Cole prepared for this podcast.
What do you know about Rhode Island?
Number 10, what do you know about Rhode Island? It's the smallest state and where Family Guy takes place.
Is there a food there that's famous?
Ass. You never heard of the football team, the Rhode Island Ass Eaters?
That sounds.
They're coming
like
down the field
Providence.
now. Nom, 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 nom. That's their song. It's just a Pac-Man sound. It goes wham, 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 wham,
Yeah,
wham, wham.
yeah.
What favorite thing about car rides together? Not the music. I don't know if I said
Well, I
that.
know that.
Favorite thing
that's what
about
sparked the interest.
car rides in general, that I don't have to
I
drive
love
them.
car rides.
You are a great driver. You're a very
Wow.
good driver. We've
Thank
driven
you.
all over the place. We
Thank
drove in Florida. You were a
Yeah.
great driver. You are a great driver in the city. You really got to be a specific kind of animal to drive in the city.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a lot of aggression. Like you have to just fucking make decisions and
Yeah.
stick with them when you do it. Like there's no room for you just have to go.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, we almost got T-boned by an oil tanker
Oh yeah.
who just decided he was going to go
He
through.
did.
And I live, in your neighborhood, and like you hear craziness from like hair, from where you are. I almost said it. I almost said it. You hear craziness outside of your window because it's near a restaurant, and I
Yes.
live off of a highway, so it is insane. Like the shit that I hear traffic wise. Like I was sitting outside, or I have a little fire escape, so I was just kind of smoking outside the fire escape, and there was a cop who just went, does that look like a parking spot? But he did it like over the PA system.
He was
It's
sarcastic.
like, yeah. And the guy like was like mad. He's like, Man, like he was caught doing something he shouldn't have been by the principal.
That's
Or
so
like
funny.
shit like that you just hear all the time.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yesterday I woke up, this woke me up from a nap. You understand how loud something has to be to wake you up in the city from outside noise
You
while you're
napped?
sleeping? I don't usually
I
nap.
was like, Mister, I only need 4 hours.
I don't usually nap, but I forgot what was wrong with me this. Oh, I had like a week to prepare for this audition and I didn't, and then I crammed 12 pages of dialogue within an hour, and then after that I just deflated, and I woke up to these people fighting outside my window where they were like, motherfucker, you out here touching kids, you a predator, you a predator. And it first went into my dream, and it was like a weird like To Catch a Predator Maury Povich episode, and then I looked outside and there was the cops. They showed up and there was just more infighting, and then nothing happened.
You watched the whole thing?
Watched the whole thing. And I told you
Sounds
yesterday
pretty
that guy cut
anticlimactic.
his
Yeah.
pinky all the way down to the elbow yesterday, and the ambulance was there in
Such a
like 2
gross thing to
seconds.
witness.
When I got hit by a car, there was nothing there in sight.
Maybe you should have cut yourself.
I am going to, after this podcast, I'm going to make sure I bleed out.
Okay.
Favorite thing about our car rides in general? Well, I think I just said it. You're a great driver. You always get us there safely. We talk the whole time. It honestly amazes me that we talk the entire time that we ride together because we spend so much time together. And
Yeah.
we have not run out of things to talk about yet. But I feel like going to the gig conversations are very different than coming back from the gig conversations. You know?
That's true.
Like, it's like when you are going on a trip somewhere, the ride there is always longer than the ride back.
Yes.
Because the ride back, like, your expectations aren't there anymore. So
That's
now it's
true.
just, you can relax. But I feel like usually when we're going there, we talk about everything. And on the way back, I just talk about how much I hate myself. And you're
Yeah.
there to pat
Yeah.
me on the back, soldier. So thank you.
I did a little bit of that on the South Ferry ride back because I wasn't happy with my set. But last night I was like
You killed it
a
last
dog
night.
that just took a shit and then it
Yeah.
takes off running. And it's like, woo!
You shit all over that stage,
That's
baby.
exactly how I felt.
Yeah, not a kernel of corn was left in sight. Good boy.
Thank you.
You says ULA travel. What does that mean?
Uh,
Leela travel?
like travel.
Like travel?
Do you like travel?
Do you like travel? Do you want to dance, Boris? I like traveling now. I did not. Oh, it does say like travel. I didn't really have a need. I didn't care about traveling for the longest time because I just lived
You
in the
didn't,
city
right.
I cared. I wanted to be the most. State in audience you're most excited about
Oh, state in America. That
in America.
That whole state sentence was really
tell you,
bad.
the
I tried
thing-
to turn an M into an N into an M.
The state I'm
State
most
in
excited about
America.
in America.
Yeah, where do you
is
want to go the most?
American resurgence. That's the state I'm most excited about. Ladies and gentlemen, our government is making choices that will one day cripple this economy. Should you vote for me for president, I will destroy this country so bad the long-term effects you won't even realize until 5 decades later. I'm Ronald Reagan, and while I'm talking to you, I'm shitting myself in hell. What state am I most excited about? Most of them, all of them, because I've never been to most of them before.
There's not one in that you're like, oh, that, like I need that.
I'm excited to go to California.
Okay, Austin.
I've never been that far west coast. Well, I guess Alaska is it
Pretty
could be
west.
different. Yeah, but that's like Northwest. It's like Canada Junior. I don't even know how we got Alaska, but it probably is shady, because I know that's one of the later states. I think it's like the 50s.
Oh, you think there was some under the table?
We probably
deals?
stole it from indigenous people, just like we did from Hawaii.
Whatever.
But yeah,
Not whatever.
I
but-
guess whatever. Doesn't affect me at all. Yeah, I'm most excited about California right now. But I mean, like, really, I'm excited about all of them. Texas, I'm doing a whole weekend in Texas. I've never
Yeah.
been to Texas. That's going to be really cool. I'm going to try to
Austin's
get on
great, I
Joe
hear.
Rogan.
I've never been to Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin will be great. I'm excited for Atlanta. I haven't been to Georgia ever. Nashville, Tennessee. I'm really excited about that. Bright light city gonna set my soul. I'm going to Nashville in St. Eve. Bucket list item by end of the year. 500K on Instagram. I guess that's not a bucket list item. That's
Did I
just
write
a
that down?
bucket list
Oh,
item
you
by
said
end
that
of year.
yesterday.
What?
500K on Instagram. I didn't write
500.
that down, did I?
You did. Bucket list item by end of year.
Oh, and then
I
you
said
just said
500K.
Okay, good. I was like, did I write that?
Yeah, I don't
So
have
now
a.
you said
What
that last
do you have a
night.
bucket list item? I don't really. most of my dreams seem to come true, so I just kind of let life happen to me.
Wow.
I realize my life is pretty great, you know? I mean, there's the chemical imbalance and the depression that gets on you sometimes, but like I get to do my passion for a job, and I get to do it with people that I get to do the things I love with the people I like, as Fry would say.
That's so sweet.
And yeah, no, things are. I mean, I feel that way right now. I'll probably try to kill myself later tonight, but like either way, it'll be
all right.
great.
I'll be outside your window.
Yeah, get ready to catch me.
Don't
What's
do
your
it.
bucket list item? And be
Bucket
like, do a flip.
If you're gonna do it
Do a
with pride.
flip. Do it with class, dude. We're performers, brother.
How
do you look on this? You look good.
Thank you.
Just wanted to see how I looked.
You
I
look
mean,
good.
I could see me. I can't see you. Bucket list item.
My bucket list item. I'd like to just grow more in general.
So 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, I'd like to be at least 5'9". Yep.
Is your height something you're insecure about?
No, I don't mind I don't like the size of my hands though.
Why? What's wrong with them?
So big.
What do you mean?
Look how big.
I feel like the more you do that, the bigger you're making them.
Like how
Rick's camera's not equipped to deal with those gross man hands of yours. They're not that bad. You have normal hands. You have woman hands. You have
Thanks.
thin, pretty lady hands.
That's kind. I
You have
don't
long
like my
hands.
and my feet are kind of big. But anyways, no. Let's go back to my goals. I like what we're doing. I love this. And just growing, getting better.
Yeah.
In all aspects.
Right. Maybe grow your hinge profile a little bit more. I was gonna ask what these were, but that's just you booking yourself on my shows. That's good. I'm glad we have that relationship. Let me see if I. Thank you for bringing me this sandwich, by the way, too. Wow, this is heavy.
It's Faicos. Have you heard of Faicos?
No.
It's in the West Village. This is the best chicken parma in New York City.
God, I can't wait to eat this. I'm getting a workout just holding it.
I'm so excited for you to eat that.
Yeah, me too. I've got a whole collection of stuff over here. I've got this. What does it say on here?
Diavolo.
Diavolo. I've got this Diavolo sandwich. I've got this Gatorade. I gotta start drinking some of this because in about
cocaine
15 minutes, I'm gonna have to put this creatine
do lines of
inside
cocaine.
of this. This is creatine.
It's cocaine.
Because I'm trying to get jacked for the summer. I'm trying to get to movie star level in my life.
You told me your big goal, and then you said, no, I don't really want to be that big.
I mean, no, I don't want to be that big. I
maintenance.
did say that last week. That is a lot of maintenance.
Which resonated with me because I don't know what I'm trying to do either. I'm
I
like,
just
why do
want to
give
look
a
good
shit?
when I have no clothes on.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. I want to look like I've got some muscle to me. I want to do some maintenance. But like my brother, okay, all right, listen to this. My brother is a MMA fighter, right? He does the whole thing. Like I was on the phone with him today, and he was explaining to me like how he cuts weight and like how sometimes
He starves himself.
Yeah, like he'll
way to
have
do
to
it.
like whatever your weight is, you multiply it by 12, and that's how many calories you start off with a day, and then like it
Your
just
weight
gets smaller and
times
smaller and
12?
smaller. I don't know what it. Yeah, I think that's what he
Let's
said.
see what
it
I
was.
gotta do.
I don't know. I could be really getting this wrong, but he was explaining to me like the process of him right before the fight, where like he puts on this stuff on his body, where it's supposed to make you sweat. Then he sits in a sauna. Then he has to go sit in a hot tub for 10 minutes, then back in the sauna and like doing all this sweating. And then he was like telling me he was throwing up before weigh-in, but like he hadn't eaten anything, so it was just like dry heaving and water and all this crazy shit that he has to put himself through. And I like wanted to say to him like, and what is the benefit of you doing this? But I couldn't because if you listen to the stuff I put myself through to have a career, I
Different strokes.
yeah, and so anyway, he has this fight Saturday and he gets knocked out, first time ever getting knocked out, and now of course like are the should he be fighting flags? Like, because, he was trying to make the argument that MMA is safer than boxing, which in many cases it is, because in boxing, like, you get knocked out, you have 10 seconds to get up. You get back up after you've been knocked out, that's a knockout on top of a knockout, and then all of a sudden you're not going to be able to write your name down on a piece of paper because you're just going to have all this fucking brain damage.
It reminds me of like the football documentary about how they all end up wanting to.
Well, that's CTE. That's what happens with football players. They get hit repeatedly during a game over and over and over again, and you're pumping this testosterone through their bodies. Some of them are taking Adderall, some of them are taking Viagra, and they're on a low level of steroids, and they're gonna put their girlfriend's face through the windshield when they tell them no. Like,
right.
I don't think I don't see a lot of benefit to most contact sports. What were you looking at?
Sorry,
Yes.
you didn't answer my last and biggest question.
You know that thing she was talking about with flow? That was the example right there. What's the last question?
What do you love most about life? And I wrote one of my blog posts about this that you didn't read. It was about you.
Well, I did, I think, answered that, where I said, what do I love most about life? I
Oh,
get
you
to
did?
do, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to go kill myself.
There was the flow.
Sorry.
I forgot what I was talking about, but
I just ruined everything.
no, it's good.
Should
What
I
do you
go?
love most about life?
Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I thought you didn't answer, because you didn't ask me.
Right.
Ah.
You sound like Raymond Mono. That's what I thought. My wife. She's a bitch. My brother's tall.
Human connection.
Tell me
is
what you
my
love about
favorite
life. You love
favorite
human
thing
connection.
about living.
You wouldn't know it by looking at how little you try on Hinge.
That's
It would
true.
appear to me you don't want any connection
Well,
at all.
Romantically, that's different. It's a different
That's
thing.
true.
I don't really
So true.
crave that as much. I care about just connecting with people on emotional levels, really.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote about that in my blog post after we were in Florida together and you helped that woman
Yeah,
pay
I
for
read
dinner.
that.
You did? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know you read that.
I mentioned me, my favorite subject.
All right, I didn't know you read it. Anyways,
did.
that's my favorite thing about it.
I read most of your blog posts.
That's
If
really
you post them
sweet.
on your story, I read them.
Oh, okay. I didn't post one this week. I didn't.
Good, because I was like, fuck, I didn't read it this week.
Yeah, I didn't make one this
Because
week.
you didn't make one.
Right.
Okay, good to know. I was not
Yeah,
behind
that's
on my
me.
car payments.
I've been behind.
Yeah, so anyway, my brother telling me about all of that stuff that he has to do to stay in shape for fights are what makes me be like, yeah, I don't want to do that. That's too much.
Yeah, you're gonna go to Planet Fitness and then have a chicken parm.
Yeah,
It's a
but I
good
mean, like, it's,
balance.
yeah.
Did you eat food today
Okay,
yet?
so I have to tell you about the day I had today because it was a little ridiculous.
So you haven't eaten yet? So this
No,
is
I just have to shoot you a look now. This is what? What were you gonna say? This is what? This will this be the first thing? It should have been. So
Tell me about your day.
I will. This is how great conversations work. So this morning I woke up feeling a little dried out from the show last night, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get IHOP. I'm going to order IHOP. I've been dying for a Grand Slam breakfast for weeks. Every time I've wanted one, the universe has interrupted me with some kind of bullshit. So I said this week this morning I'm getting it, and I got it. I got it all. I got the works. I got 2 pancakes, 4 pieces of bacon, 2 sausages,
talk a little
couple
slower
of scrambled eggs.
say this?
I got a what else? Yeah.
Say it slower.
And then it was beautiful. It was a Grand Slam breakfast. I got 2 eggs, scrambled, like your eggs, over easy.
Oh.
I got hash browns. You can get 2 different hash browns. You can get regular hash browns or the crispy. Frankly, I like the crispy. They remind me of me. They're orange. It's beautiful. Ordered the food to my address. Then I'm trying to watch The Mandalorian. Wednesdays is when The Mandalorian comes out. That's my one day a week where I get a live action Star Wars show for 40 minutes. I get to enjoy new Star Wars. Watching Mandalorian, order my food. Then I get a call from this booker who was like, I want to book you on this job. And I was like, thanks, but like I really don't want to do this job. I don't want to work with these people, but thank you so much for the recommendation. Then as I'm on the phone with him, Grubhub is like blowing up my phone, and then I get a call from the guy who was trying to give me the job. I get a call from his boss, and I explain to him why I'm not taking the job while Grubhub is blowing up my phone, and while the first guy I was on the phone with is trying to give me spots so I could work out my late night tape because I'm putting together a late night tape.
Ooh.
So all this is going on while I'm
Ooh.
standing outside because I was like, this is just going to be way easier if I go downstairs, and I grab the driver and then buzz him up. I go downstairs and I'm waiting for him. And he's not there. And, like, I finally switch over the call, and he's like, hey, I'm outside. I'm on the street. And I was like, I'm on the street too, dog. I don't see you. Turns out they sent it to Brooklyn instead of Manhattan. So now I am sitting down, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to finish The Mandalorian. And then I get another call from my dad, who I didn't even call him back because I don't know what he wanted. And then I go to Domino's, because I'm like, this is where I'm going to have to go eat now. And I get a whole pizza, I get a sandwich, and I get an order of tater tots because I'm just like, whatever. I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to do cardio for an extra half hour
tater tots
today.
at Domino's?
They got 3 kinds. They have
What?
tater tot, cheesy tater tots.
Stop it.
They have buffalo chicken tater
Stop
tots.
it.
And they have bacon bit tater tots.
What?
All around, right down the street, man. It's
I had no
it's.
idea.
I didn't realize how dangerously close Domino's was to me, and this
Ooh.
is a problem now because it was like I got all of that for like $20.
Wow.
I got like a medium pizza, a sandwich, and tater tots for like $20.
Damn.
Are you kidding me? This is why there's such a weight problem in this country. So that happens, and then I finally, I guess once you say it back out loud, it wasn't that chaotic. But for 20 minutes, it was really chaotic.
You
And then
never
I
got
went.
your Grand Slam?
I never got my Grand Slam. Somebody in Brooklyn got it, and Grubhub won't give me my money back. And then I went back to the bodega next door to my house, and my dog was like, my guy who works at the bodega was like, I got something for you. He gave me a nice little beautiful piece of birthday cake flavored weed. Shout out to my man. I don't want to say his name now that I'm saying this out loud on the podcast. I'm realizing I don't want to say what his name is.
Okay.
But it was nice. I didn't tell you about how I got scammed. Well, I guess I did, but this is the
story
thing that I was going to tell you
wait,
yesterday.
that was your day?
Well, I found out I was officially, hold on, I'm going to put my creatine powder in this Gatorade now because we got about 20 minutes of the pod left, and they say it takes about 20 minutes for it to kick in. So I'm going to just, there we go. If there's anything left, I'll let you have some.
Yo, gum it.
Yeah, you can gum it down. Yeah, baby. It's so hard to do this on the street, which I often do.
You could get a shaker bottle.
Yeah, I could. I mean, I have one. I just always lose it. I left one at Slater's house for a year. Actually, when I moved back in, I got it back. Yeah, it's so funny. I'll just leave that drug bag right there. Yeah, so anyway, okay. Let me tell you the little story about how stupid Troy ruined his life. Briefly. So I had to move at the end of January. I don't like getting into great details about my personal life on the podcast. I mean, I do, but I like telling people what I want them to know. I don't like them to know anything else. But long story short, dude, some shit happened. I had to go. And I was drinking a lot, and I wasn't in the right state of mind, and I was staying up a lot, and I was doing a lot of spots, and had like a week to get out of my place, and then I found this dude on Craigslist who was doing this thing down in the West Village. Long story short, I sent him some money. I signed a lease agreement. I signed all this stuff. He had like the legitimate paperwork that, again, I didn't really do my due diligence and read through because I just wanted to make sure I had a place to stay. And on top of like all the great stuff that was happening, I really didn't have time to go and apartment hunt and do all this other stuff. So I just stupidly kept going along with this. And for about a week, I'm going back and forth with this guy because I'm moving into the place that he's subletting. And then he keeps asking me for more money. I'm giving him more money, which I shouldn't have done. Night before we're supposed to move in, he asked me for more money. Didn't give it to him. Because I was like, something ain't quite right now. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me 7 or 8 times, I'm starting to get suspicious. And he was supposed to come down the 1st from Buffalo. Paul S. Hoskinson is allegedly his name. If I ever find out he's a real person, I'm going to beat him in the back of the head with a crowbar until his family pulls me off of him. And I hope his youngest children watch me do it so they could learn how much of a bitch their father is. I don't think this guy is real, so I don't have a problem with saying that. But I hope he is real so he hears me say that. So anyway, he ends up not coming down that day because he said he had a death in the family and he's not coming down. And I was like, all right, dude, you're shady. I don't want to work with you. Send me my money back. And this is when we were going to Florida, where he sent me the email saying he'll get your money back in 3 to 4 weeks. Then we're with Joey. Shout out my boy Joey Rinaldi. My wolf. He's Winston Wolf. He solves problems. That's why I call him the Wolf from Pulp Fiction. When they blew off Marvin's head, they had to clean out the back of the car, and Harvey Keitel is the Wolf. I'm Winston Wolf. I solve problems. Joey's my fixer. He reads the email. He's like, I'm going to get my dad on the case. Joey gets his dad on the case. Joey's dad's a lawyer. He spends like 2 weeks trying to get my money back, then calls me last Thursday and said, listen, this is never going to be easy to hear, but you are a victim of an elaborate scam. And I honestly felt relieved hearing that because I thought I was just dealing with this dickhead who wasn't giving me my money back. And once he said it was an elaborate scam, I felt a little less dumber than I should have. But that's $5,000 fucking dollars. I'm never getting back.
You can't get it back?
It's gone.
They can't get it back?
They can't get it back. Not the bank, not Zelle. It just is all at Paul S. Hoskinson's house. And I'm going to find him. And I'm going to beat him with a crowbar 5,000 times over.
Damn.
I'm just never getting that money back. That was all the money from the Troy Bond and Friends show in January. My birthday show. I told everybody this was going to happen. I got a great agency at the start of the year. Shout out to my manager, Logan. Her and I started working together in a closer capacity. And I kept telling everyone, the shoe was going to drop. And there's two things about me that you got to know is I'm always right.
I was going to say that as you said it. But
and I'm never wrong. Those are the two things about me you got to know. I'm always right and I'm never wrong. I was wrong once. Turns out I was wrong about that.
Well, you're going to make that money back.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to be thinking about that for the rest of my life. How I was such a chump. I was such a chump. Yeah, I can't find him. Paul S. Hoskinson. If anybody here listening to this is named Paul S. Hoskinson, or you know somebody named Paul S. Hoskinson, or if you go on Craigslist and somebody's offering a furnished apartment in Greenwich Village, it's a scam. Look out for him. That was the scam story. Let me see if there was anything else I had to tell you.
I'm sorry, that sucks.
Yeah, what are you going to do? It's my fault. Yeah, those were the big three topics of conversation.
Well,
I asked the people to give us some questions.
Yeah. What are
Should
the
I
AMAs?
take a look?
Let's see the AMAs.
Did you have anything you wanted to say? I don't want to interrupt your flow.
No, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, I just I called Rich Brooks and I told him about it, and he was like, "Don't beat yourself up to it. We all learn these lessons at different times." I was just mad that you think it was honestly kind of humbling.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know everything. Okay, let's see. Let's go. Let's look at some of these questions, T-Pain. What do we got? Oh my God, people are fighting over my fucking German Shepherd video. Okay. Let's see. Do you want to look at these questions and you want to answer any of them?
This. Why are you so damn sexy?
Oh, because you are drunk, Dad.
Favorite Star Wars movie?
Empire Strikes Back, without a doubt. Although the 40th anniversary event, Return of the Jedi, is this year, and I'm going to see it in theaters. Rick, you can come if you want to. Tori does not appreciate those movies. She's only seen Ratatouille.
What are your opinions on dating?
Rick Turn to the Jedi. I feel like I gave a lot of opinions on dating this episode.
That's so funny.
I have a lot of opinions on dating profiles and ones that suck ass.
What size Crocs are you?
12.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle.
What motivates you to be a better person?
This podcast.
Are you Logic?
Yeah, baby. I'm his younger brother, Reason. These are good. If you want to answer any of these too, you can.
Thank you. They're pretty much tailored to you. Worst subway experience?
On the train or sandwich, because I have a story for both.
Let's go sandwich. Why not?
I was in a subway in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, when I found out that Jared Fogle was a pedophile. When that news story dropped, I was getting a 6-inch, and apparently so was he. Yeah, I still ate the sandwich, and I remember feeling weird about it. But it's not like, he molested the sandwich I was eating. Mm-hmm. Although it felt like it was once it was in my body. That's the weirdest subway experience I've had sandwich-wise.
Do you want to answer the subway one?
On the subway train, I almost got into a fight with one of these mariachi dudes once, and he I forgot what it was about. And he had his guitar, he was gonna swing it at me, and the only thing that saved my life was he looked at me and he looked at the guitar and then realized if he hit me with the guitar, he couldn't work the rest of the night.
Damn.
Yeah, that was like my first year living in the city. Also, like when I first moved here, I'd always, whenever I wanted to hit on women, I would do it on the subway. Try to like not be creepy, but I would do the thing where like, you know, I could feel you looking at me and I'm looking at you, and if we looked at each other 2 or 3 times, then I'm like, okay, I got it in.
Have you gotten people in the past? Did you get people's numbers on the subway?
A couple of times.
Wow.
There's one experience that really stands out to me. I went out with this girl, and I used to have such a corny line where I'd be like, "Are you a model?" She's like, "No," and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm a comedian," and I thought we may have worked together on a job or something before. That would be my opening.
Wow.
Yeah. So that way she knows what I do, and I can find out what she. So what do you do? Whatever. And we went on a date that night, somewhere in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, and she told me she had a boyfriend, and then I was like, okay, this is weird. We went on this date, but then we left, and when we left, we went our separate ways. My wallet was gone, and I'm pretty sure she took it.
No way.
I shit you not. That was 2015.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Those were crazy times. Yeah.
This seems funny that someone asked you, what's your favorite LaCroix flavor?
Well, I was not a big LaCroix fan, but my man Larick has hooked us up with LaCroix, and I like the lime.
Really?
Yeah, I used to not like sparkling anything because it just felt like the hand jobs of beverages, but these are healthy. Jamie Foxx was talking about he likes these because he hated drinking water when he was a kid because he was poor, and he hates drinking water even though it's so important. But like these are like pretty, there's like zero anything in them.
Yeah, and it's fun. I just feel bad for the environment. It's like we don't really need this, you know?
Well, what does this have to do with the environment?
Cans.
Well, you recycle those. Cans are better than plastic.
Like
Aluminum is better than plastic.
You can just fill up your water bottle, drink your water.
Yeah, and you can also just walk around naked and wear a cloth. But instead, you letting these little kids make your tiny little, with their tiny little hands, sew your tiny little Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants outfit. They also made those pants, too, that they're traveling in.
What's
my
so
uncle's
funny?
fighting with with people about dogs in my comments.
That's funny. It's your uncle.
Yeah. What were you saying?
Someone asked you your go-to Subway order.
Why are there so many Subway questions? Okay, when I was not eating meat, I would get a Veggie Delight, which is pretty much everything except banana peppers and cucumbers. Because I would get pickles. I don't like getting the pickle and the cucumber. That just feels like a bit repetitive. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's like two of the same thing.
Yeah.
You know.
What bread?
Italian urban cheese.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
That's the only answer.
That's the best. I haven't had
Only
Subway in
answer.
a long time. Maybe I should get Subway soon.
I kind of like Subway.
It's not as healthy as you think. Like, they convinced us to eat a whole loaf of bread.
It's horrible for you.
It's so bad.
The fact that they were like, you can lose weight on this. It's
yeah.
like, what?
You can lose weight. Side effect, you may be attracted to children.
And a pedophile.
Yeah. That's what that's a special order you got to place there.
Let's see. What favorite color?
I would have to say, you gotta go with black.
Black?
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. What about you?
Light blue and pink.
That's you.
Yeah.
That's very you.
Thank you. Fuck, marry, kill the Powder Puff Girls.
Okay.
Or Power Puff.
Power Puff Girls. Fuck, marry, kill. Okay, I would kill Blossom. Sorry. I'm sorry, Blossom. I mean, I love you, but you're boring.
Blossom's the blue one, right?
No, Blossom is there's Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup.
Bubbles.
Bubbles is the blue one.
I was always Bubbles. I always was like, I'm Bubbles.
I feel like I'm gonna feel like a pedophile if I say this, but like I would fuck Bubbles and marry Buttercup. Buttercup is mean, and I like mean women.
That's good.
Someone's got to send the food back, and it's not gonna be me.
Oh.
I like mean women. Nice doesn't do it for me because I'm nice. You know, like I'm a pushover, and I'm sweet. I need a woman to punch me in the chest and tell me I'm a bad person.
Like
I don't need it, but it would be nice. No, because that's too far. I don't want to be told what to do.
I got you.
But I would like it if you weren't nice about asking me to do the dishes. Does that make sense, or does that make me toxic?
No, I think it's a little bit of both, but I think
Bum 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 bum.
I'm trying to think. I guess I could be a little. I'm a nice person. I mean, whatever.
I'm a nice guy. Thank you,
are
Ricky
we-
Ticky. We're
how
at
much?
10
minutes
mementos.
left? A few people have asked if we're dating. We've clearly clarified no.
Yes.
Uh,
I mean, no.
Who was your favorite Powerpuff Girl? What the fuck is wrong with these people? Why is...
I don't know. Maybe
and
it's the
that's not
same
even
person.
I
There's a
don't
lot of
think it is.
duplicates. No, there's 2 questions about Powerpuff Girls, 2 questions about Subway.
Yeah, and they're
That's
different
cool. That's called
people.
reach, homie. My favorite Powerpuff Girl is Bubbles, without a doubt. I love Bubbles, and I love Mojo Jojo too. That's my dog, Mojo Jojo. He had a
Who's
fucked up
Mojo
life.
Jojo?
He's the bad guy. He's their villain. The professor did some experiments on his brain and made him smart, and then outcasted him. And then he hates the Powerpuff Girls because they took his father figure away from him or some shit.
Got it.
I think that's what his ethos is.
Worst-
Mojo Jojo.
Here's a question. Worst thing to ever
Send him to a
happen to
wet
you while
market.
doing your set?
Worst thing. I'll tell you what sucks, and it happens way more than it should, is my zipper will be down. And then I
Okay.
always feel like when I'm on stage, my zipper's down, and it's not. And like you look down at your own dick, and you're like, well, there's no coming back from that. But it happens so much. And there's no way of knowing, really.
You don't have a joke about that?
No, I should. It's just embarrassing. And I really got to start wearing underwear, too. Like, that's even the worst
You
part.
think people have seen your penis on stage?
Like, hey, well, next time I come on stage, please
I
welcome
think
Mr. Johnson.
know.
Honk, honk.
I think
No,
you
they've
would
never
get,
seen
maybe
it. Although, for a while, I was wearing these pants that would give me a weird bulge, and I'd get some TikTok comments about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry for doing that to you guys. It's hard being a man. You got to walk around with that snuffleupagus in between your legs, just going up and down Sesame Street. Was that too much? I'm sorry.
No, it was good. It was perfect. Why are you an atheist? They're just as annoying and arrogant as most religious people.
Well, where the fuck do you stand on that,
Right?
then, dog? Who is writing this?
And she's someone that follows us, and I actually followed her back because she's very vocal.
Why am I an
vocal fan.
atheist? I don't know. I guess you can ask the same question as to why
Hey.
somebody believes in God. You know, I don't think. I think all of it is bullshit. Archetypal stories that are opiates used to control the masses. Because if everybody knew they were gonna just die, some people need that moral religious code that there's a man up in the sky keeping them from killing, raping, or doing horrible things to people. And I think religion has done a lot of great. I was talking to a friend of mine last night who struggles heavy with addiction, and he just hit like a month clean. And a big part of his sobriety was
Jesus.
the church. Yeah, and like you can't deny the great that it does for people, and it's different strokes for different folks. But I grew up going to Catholic school. My grandfather was a Baptist, and there's no hate like Christian love. And I truly
That's so funny.
well, I didn't come up with it. It's like a real thing. And I refuse to participate in any of it. And I also
That's really funny.
don't support religions or any ideology that oppresses people or keeps them out or tells a bunch of fucking lies. Or there's a lot of holes in the Bible too. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough like Bill Maher to give my here's the problem with Christianity. I just don't believe. I don't believe, I don't believe in Santa Claus either.
Right.
I think those stories help people with their lives, sure, but I'd rather use comic books to where other people would use the Bible. Mm-hmm. It's also just really boring. And Jesus is kind of a dick in the Bible, not for nothing. Joey's been reading the Bible and he's been breaking it down for me. Jesus is kind of a dick. God is either all powerful or all loving. He can't be both. If God loves you. All right, okay, if I burned my wife, if I set my wife on fire for not loving me, does that make me all powerful and all loving? No. So why would God do the same thing to me for not believing in him? Burn me in hell for eternity. Answer that one, Mr. Jesus. 5 minutes left, thank God. I'm going to be smited down before this podcast is over.
This could be funny as a joke. I don't read the Bible. I just think it's a little outdated.
Yeah, let's get some bitches in there, yo.
Right?
Turn water into lean. Pull it up. Watch it all fall out. Strip clubs and dollar bills. I'm at the Last Supper. What?
You think that has legs?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're atrophied right now, but they could be strong.
What song have you been listening to nonstop recently?
Girlfriend by NSYNC.
Really?
Ever since I saw your face, nothing in my life has been the same. I walk around just saying your name. Without you, my world would end. Yeah, it's been great. Last question.
Fuck. Oh, what do you guys look for in a relationship? There's 2 fun ones.
Okay, give me a fun one. That's a boring one.
All right, what are some deal breakers in a relationship, and what are your guys' type?
Oh my God! The more I'm asked about a relationship, the more I want to cut my balls off.
Are you going to find something else?
Yeah. I look for a man like Rick. That's what I look for in a
How
relationship.
does it feel knowing that the Jennifer Coolidge follows you on IG?
I wake up every day and I pinch myself because I can't believe it. It's honestly the greatest honor that I've had bestowed upon me, and I hope she continues to follow me, and I want to work with her someday in the future. Jen, if you're listening to this, I love you. Anybody who's listening to this, I love you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
same.
tuning in to another episode of the
you.
Bonding Podcast. We'll be back next week. I'll see you on the road. Torey, last words? That's what's going to take you into that Jesus you pray to so much. Peace out.
Thanks
I will
for
see you
listening.
at CPAC.